Here's an interesting one that requires a bit of unpacking. So I've just shot a video about how OpenAI's new ChatGPT, GPT 4.5, is probably coming this week, maybe in a couple of weeks, and ChatGPT 5 probably coming in May. The source of this timeline comes from the fact that a Microsoft staff member had talked about the fact that they were preparing their servers for the new OpenAI rollouts. Remember that Microsoft actually own 49%, so nearly half of OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is based on their Azure servers, so they are tightly interconnected. This new article, though, is saying that Microsoft are pulling back on their data center capacity. Specifically, they're winding down some of their future capacity. So data center leases that were about to come online, Microsoft is saying, no, we don't actually need it. What does this mean for ChatGPT? So there's a couple of uses of data centers. There's going to be using it for training the initial model, and then there's going to be the data center for running the model on a daily basis when people like you and I send queries to it. Training the model up front is extremely intensive. We've just seen Grok released by Elon Musk's XAI, which used over 200,000 GPUs in a giant data center. Therefore, these data centers are needed intensively up front for that training. After the initial training of the model is going to be hosted, and when we send in queries to ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, whatever it is, those queries are going to be processed at this data center and then sent back to us. So there are a couple of things that could be happening here. This is all speculation. One potential is quite exciting in that ChatGPT is maybe becoming more efficient to train and run, in the same way that we saw Deepskee over in China being able to train and run using less intensive processing. If this is the case, then we need less data centers to run and train the models. A second, more pessimistic take is that Microsoft are realizing that they have over-leveraged, they've put too much cash into AI, and the demand is not going to follow the supply. Basically saying, oh gosh, AI is a bit of a bubble, we need to get cash out of this. We need to cancel these leases so that we're not holding the bag when this all comes crashing down. That's more pessimistic, but possible. Or third, I think the most mundane and probably the most real is the fact that because the training period for ChatGPT 5, releasing in May, is probably already done, Microsoft are just temporarily scaling back their data center usage. So pulling back on the resources, waiting until the launch in May, and then redeploying depending on what the next steps are, presumably GPT-6. Which would mean this move is just part of the natural ebb and flow of training and deploying new models. But because everyone's watching everything that all of these companies are doing, it's become blown out of proportion. This is literally breaking news from a couple of hours, so I'm sure we'll get a statement from Microsoft later today and we'll know a bit more. If you want to continue to stay up to date with the world of AI news, make sure you're following me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whatever's good for you.